Hello, 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 family. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. How have you been? I know that it's probably been pretty tough with this Mercury retrograde. Last week we talked about Mercury, we talked about Pisces because the retrograde is in Pisces, and we also talked about healing. What does that mean? What does it represent? And we talked about belief and faith, but not from a religious sense, but more of a spiritual sense or a self-determination or a connectedness to something greater than ourselves. So we're going to do a little check-in and we're going to do some healing and smoothing over because some things probably came up so that you can let them go. Don't push them down. You don't have to be reactionary. They come up to let them go. So let's get our aura cleanse and we're going to start it out. Oh, okay, we can choose a color. How beautiful. Get that going. I'm liking that. So, with your permission, I'm going to say a prayer to connect us to universal energy, spirit, life force, anything for our highest good. So take a deep breath in, feeling all the way up. Exhale, let it go. Continue to take a deep breath in, feeling all the way up. Exhale, let it go. Final breath, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Mother, Father, God, please connect our highest selves to the highest selves of those in the group so that we may be connected to the source, to the center, to all healing and all anchoring and all for our highest good only. May anything that come up be for our highest good only, to release and let go to the eternal flame of healing through the Archangel Saint Germain. Let us continue to breathe through our practice so that we continue to have love, peace, and understanding for ourselves. Let us connect to the Reiki masters, the ascendant masters, Master Jesus, Master Buddha, Master Kutumi. May we have the healing powers of Metatron and whatever it is that our group believes and holds dearest to their heart. May we honor each other. May we respect each other. May we coexist in that we do all in the power of I am. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Now wherever you're at, just continue to breathe like this. We're going to send that healing energy for alignment during our Mercury in retrograde. As you continue to breathe, imagine the connection between the energy coming to you, what you're receiving, and your own power to connect with Source. I may be a channel to the healing, but you hold the true power to the healing. You are the gatekeepers. You determine if I can come in or out. But also, you are the foundation of your healing. Nothing that I can do or anyone else really matters in the healing process if you decide that you do not want to be healed, or more fitting, that you are in an unconscious place of not being able to receive the healing. Because I don't want it to come off as if healing is something that we are just, waking up in the morning and decide, I decide that I don't want to be healed today. It's not like that at all. It's more of, we have to show ourselves that we're ready to be healed by creating the environment for healing. So, for an example, if we have issues with our throat chakra, and that issue could have formed early in our lives where we were not allowed to speak our truth. Maybe we had to silence ourselves. Maybe that silence was around trauma or something like that. So in that silence, we might have some endocrine issues that show up, and it may show up specifically in the thyroid. And we might have to take certain medications, or certain ailments might form throughout the life where there is this issue with the thyroid. So while you're seeking medical help and you're going through, whatever it is that you need to go through to heal yourself, there's also that reality of you need to be in the environment to heal. If you are still surrounded by people, work situations, it can be your family, your regular life, it can be your hobbies, or it can just be the environment, the actual location that you're in, that still suppresses your voice, that still will not allow you to speak your truth, your healing is going to be much slower. And it's not because you don't deserve to be healed, but it's you have to do that self-work to just take a step each day to put yourself in a new position of healing. Take a deep breath in, centering with your chakras, from your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, solar plexus, sacrum, and your root, for your chakras to be aligned, for them to be spinning, for them to be cleared, and for you to be creative, for you to be able to share your gifts with each other. Most importantly, for you to be in the environment that you need so that you can share your gifts with the world. So that when intuition tells you to do something, meaning, hey, there's this project that I think that you should bring into fruition, that you believe in it, instead of thinking, oh, it's going to be so hard, I could never do that, or I don't know enough. No. You have to follow the energy, not the outcome. The outcome is a beautiful perk, but follow the energy. And in this Mercury in retrograde in Pisces, we have to work on the internal, and the internal is very, very difficult, because sometimes we think that we've gotten over certain things that still seem to come up, when in reality we've been maybe putting a lid on it for years. That's been working out for us, but it's these times where it really comes out to show. So you really have to go, as Gary Zukav would say, the seat of the soul, to really talk to your higher self and to see what your purpose is and what you should be following. So right now I'm just pulling away anything that's blocking that perspective, anything that's blocking your perception of what's going on. And I'm pulling that away and pulling it and pulling it, pulling it, pulling it, pulling, pulling. Continue to breathe and feel that light. Replace every time I pull. I want you to imagine that the light is replacing it, because when we remove things energetically, if we do not replace it, the same things just come back. And I really want you all to protect yourselves, to create boundaries in the healing process. Sometimes when we are not at our best health, it's because we've been in a situation where we've given our power away. It's a different type of vulnerability. It's the vulnerability that you've given but has been abused over time, unfortunately. So we get used to giving our power away. And I'm taking out those forces, whatever it is, whether it is you give it to your job, or you give it to people, or you give it to overthinking. I'm taking that out so you can replace it with light and love. And something that you need to know about anything that blocks you, that blocks your internal path. What you should really know about it is that you have to listen to that calm voice, because chaos is loud. Fear is loud, anxiety is loud, depression is loud, physical pain, it's loud. And we want to be reactionary to that. But the true grace and the true faith in life, it's very soft. It exists in your darkest times. It exists in your happiest times, but it's always there guiding your path. And I want you to start working on listening to that instead of all these other things that are very loud in your face, always showing up. Listen to your internal voice first. That's really what's going to lead you. Everything I'm saying is simply an opportunity for you to open up and have a deeper conversation with yourself. There's nothing that I can say here in this healing process that's going to be stronger than what you know for yourself. That's going to fill you up and complete you more than the access you have within yourself. I'm just here to facilitate a space so that you see your power and that you know that you are powerful. And I want you to walk in and step into that, knowing that, hey, I got this. That each and every day, no matter what the situation is, I got this. No matter what the past was and anything that happened, I have this. I got this. I'm going to work this out. This is going to work out. No matter what you believe. No matter if you want to have a religious practice or not, that you have this, that this is your right, that you can co-create your life, that everything you go through is not to break you, but to bring you to a deeper reliance within yourself. So I'm going to take whatever is left in order to clear that out, and we're going to seal this over. And I'm going to give you some homework from now to our next video. And that homework is going to be, I want you to go out and just do one thing for your self-care. It can be going and getting some ice cream, if that's what makes you happy. It can be taking a drive. It can be walking your dog or caring for your animal. Just take that one moment and decide to live in the moment. Decide not to be distracted. Whether if it's only for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, live in that moment and have reverence, a deep respect for life. And that's how you can start to anchor in following the energy rather than following the outcome. Now I'm going to smooth your aura over. And I'm going to seal it with the sign of the infinity, anchoring you to the source and to the center of our earth. And bringing our hands together as we are a community together, that our healing as a collective strengthens our individual healing, just as our individual healing strengthens our healing as a collective. If you were brought here today, it's because it was for a reason. You have a very wonderful gift. And if you are on your healing path, that just indicates that you yourself probably are going to be a great healer. It doesn't matter if you want to do energy work or you're doing accounting or whatever it is. Open yourself to be receptive to your gifts and work on those gifts without doubt, without fear, without anxiety. Just choose to make the choice and follow the energy rather than the outcome. And continue to be connected to our community. I'm going to say one more thing. If you enjoy our healing sessions and want to have a live healing session where we come together once a week just to heal, let me know. Just comment below and let me know. If I see that there is a need for that, I will create the space so that we can come together. It'll be live and we can share that healing space. But until next time, take care of yourself and with great love.